Let's talk about it. Catch 22, Don Vobs. Catch 22, Jewel of the Day. There's only one group of people on earth that deserve to be bullied. Let's be real. There's only one group. Dumb officers, dumb cops deserve to be bullied by lawyers. I'm gonna make this video real short, real simple. When it comes to bullying, I cannot condone. I've never been bullied, but I never accepted bullies neither. But if I had to observe, evaluate, and analyze which group of people who work these occupations in society deserve to be bullied, there's only one group on earth that deserve to be bullied, and that is dumb cops by lawyers. If you are a lawyer, then you get a free pass to bully dumb cops. That is the standard. That is the A-OK for you to be the best at what you can be, for what you signed up to be. All them years in college, all them years studying, passing some substandard bar exam, comes with knowing that you get to pump your chest at knowing that you can be a bully to any dumb cop with justification. Justification is all there for you to bully dumb cops. They're the only group of people that deserve to be bullied on earth. A lawyer has the ultimate authority to be a full-time bully against a dumb cop. I mean, what else is there to say? They're not your buddies. They're not your peers. They're not your colleagues. The occupation is different. The pay grade is different. The tasks, the duties, the obligations is different. The work is different. The environments is different. Shit, even the costumes is different. If you're a lawyer and you ever see this, you have the A-OK, the full jurisdiction and authority to bully dumb cops, because you will be 100% justified. That will be your lawful obligation and duty for what the fuck you signed up for all those years you spent in college. Plus, you'd earn twice as much as money. It's a doozy. About 3 minutes in, I really wouldn't know what else to say besides a dumb cop can't get no respect. They can't get no acceptance. They can only get bullied. Dumb cops shoot unarmed citizens. That's what dumb cops do. There's no justice in that. So how can they be a part of the justice system? They would be the antithesis of the justice system. But yet, they're protocoled by the state. They're public servants of the state. But yet they serve against the state's citizens. Really? Where shouldn't they be bullied by lawyers? They're not intellectuals. They're not intuitives. They're not comprehenders. Clearly, when you look at the side of a state vehicle, it says police enforcement, and it doesn't say policy officer. How can you enforce what you're not insignified to distribute as a badge of honor? You're not honoring your badge. You're not honoring your badge if you don't know that you're an officer of policy, not to enforce a mind. You're not driving on the streets of your state and your local region to enforce the public's mind. You're simply there to be an officer of policy, of state policy. So when you ask a police officer, why does the side of your vehicle says police enforcement and not policy officer? Wait for a legitimate answer. Seriously, wait for a legitimate answer. Wait for a legitimate answer. Why does the side of your vehicle say police officer, police enforcement, excuse me, and not policy officer? Policy officers, since they're in twos. Policy officers. Why does it say police enforcement? Ment is only a prefix of mental. Enforce mental. Enforce mind. Enforce mentality. Your job that you signed up for is not to go outside to the public and enforce minds. That's mind control. It's real easy to mind control someone when you got a gun on your hip. Do this. Do that. Do that. That's a hostile environment. That's a dangerous ass environment. So where are you enforcing or being an officer, better yet, of policy? Because you can only follow procedure. You can only do that. That's all you're allowed to do is follow procedure. If you can't follow procedure in an accorded fashion of policy, what the policy states on documentation, how are you any different from a stranger with a gun? You're not. I don't know you. I don't know what elementary school you went to. I don't know what junior high school you went to. I don't know what high school you went to. I don't know what college you went to. I don't know what you did in between college. I don't know what jobs you went to, what jobs you worked at. I don't know when you joined the force. I don't know why you joined the force. I don't know why you joined the force. Mind you, this is called the force. It's real easy to force somebody to do something with a gun on your hip. But it's not as easy to force somebody to do something with a knife in your hand. You get what I'm saying? You have more leadway when somebody's trying to force you to do something with a knife in their hand. When someone has a gun on their hip or a gun in their hand, it's a lot less harder to force somebody to do what you want to do. It's a lot less harder to mentally overpower someone else's will to behave freely when you got a gun on your hip and they don't. So now, we're, as officers of the state, are you justice? Where are you justice? Where are you justified? Where's the federal government justified? Where's the state government justified? Where are justice? Where's the justice system? There is no justice system. There's just a group of an ethnic species that classify themselves as Caucasian, white, who make up 80 to 90% of all federal and local state agents who need to carry handheld portable weapons on the side of their hips because they are living in a landmass, the United States of North America, that is predominantly of native indigenous descent. Brown, Latino locals. Because right across the border, as soon as you go to South America, there's just nothing but Latin culture. Nothing but Latin pigments. And Latin pigments, they all speak two tongues. Either Spanish, Espanol, or they speak English. Very little. And they all range from a gradients lighter than mine all the way up to the darkest gradients, darker than my motherfucking chin hair, speaking Espanol. So what is it that you have to enforce about this majority that don't classify themselves as white? What is it about this majority that are not classified as white, Caucasian, pale, European, Anglo-Saxon, Christian? What is it about them that needs to be enforced mentally? Because you don't want to share with the world the policies that you're supposed to be officialing out. If that was the case, these policies, these terms, and these terminological definitions would be on a giant teleprompter in every metropolitan downtown city across America. Why don't we have that? Why isn't there a giant teleprompter with the word of the day for every law librarian term that United States born citizens can use every day to know what the policy is, so that policy officers can be at an ease when they walk around outside? Everybody knows the policy. You can only further explain how to better interpret the policy as a policy officer. No, we don't have a giant teleprompter with the word of the day every day. We don't have none across the United States. What we have is police enforcement. You know, I know retardism when I see retardism, because I know what a misnomer is. A misnomer will kill a patient medically. A misnomer on a pharmaceutical bottle of a drug will be the cause of someone's death because the title is incorrect to the drug that's in the fucking capsule. So the title that's incorrect on the side of the fucking police car will be the cause of unarmed citizens dying everywhere, because they're not supposed to be enforcing nothing. They're supposed to be educating and upholding policies. If anything, they should be driving around, and if they're on foot, explaining to citizens what they can do, what they're allowed to do, what they can get away with. Yes, you can get away with that because it's lawful. That doesn't make it illegal. How can our laws be lawfully illegal? In the United States, federally it's lawful because you were born on United States soil. But state-wise, it's illegal. This activity is illegal. That's nonsense. So the federal government supersedes the state government for no reason, with no reason. Nonsense. Do you know what nonsense? You know what the definition of nonsense is? A misnomer. But you know what the definition of nonsense is? The definition of nonsense is attempting to count to 10 while skipping a few numbers. There's no way that I can count to 10. I can't count to 10. There's no way I can count to 10 without going through the correct set of linear numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Foolishness, nonsense, is attempting to count to 10 and not reaching 4, 5, or 6. but yet I completed my mathematical logic. My rationality is complete because I counted to 10 while skipping a few numbers. Try counting to 10 without skipping a few numbers. That's a perfect accordance, isn't it? Policies should be followed in perfect accordance, isn't it? So, if you're a lawyer and your defense isn't structured about the policies and the structural protocol that are followed by these dumb officers, then you're not really much of a defense lawyer, if that's not your main focus. Were these dumb officers within their rights of procedural protocol to kidnap and abduct you and then accuse you of such and such? Because now you as a lawyer have to know how to be a bully, because you deserve to be a bully to dumb officers. They deserve to be bullied. "16 minutes in now. I'm pretty sure I've made my point. A lot of points. And, there's not really much to go on about besides knowing that psychiatrically, if you can't count to 10 without skipping a few numbers, then you are deemed unfit and uncompetent to be an officer of the state, let alone a judge, let alone a jury member, let alone a prosecution, a DA. This is a simple defense tactic for any defense lawyer and attorney. If you don't know how to catch a contradictory liar, then you don't need to be soliciting yourself as a defense attorney to criminal law, to traffic and infringement law, to any law. You just probably shouldn't be a defense attorney. If you're a prosecution district attorney and you can't humble and humilify yourself enough to know when to quit, then you shouldn't be a district attorney or a DA. You shouldn't work within the field of the Justice Department, especially if you don't know the difference between a fact and an opinion. Especially if you don't know the difference between a fact and an opinion. You can't distinguish what's fact and what's opinionated in life in general. You can't do it at home, then you can't do it in the courtroom. You can't do it in the courtroom, then you can't do it at home. You're going to get suicided in the courtroom. You're going to get suicided in the courtroom. You can't distinguish a fact versus an opinion. You don't know your mouth on your face, brother. Psych. Psych. I'm not your brother. And I mean that. Ooh. You can't distinguish a fact from an opinion in the courtroom, you're going to get ate alive. You're going to get ate alive. This is just a couple of wise words to speak to them crackers. these crackers out here that ever so love who I am, because I love who I am. My grandmammy love who I am. And for my future white wife, who gonna love who the fuck I am. Don't play by my bitches. I don't play by my bitches. I don't play by my bitches. I don't play by my money. I don't play by my money. This shit 20 minutes. Yeah, I gotta go. I'm gonna go hit this workout. I gotta go. Shit, 20 minutes. 21.